you're very well known for your bulk labeling tool called Bulk,
Yep.
as well as a project called CalmCode.
Yes.
So people can get to that at calmcode.io, and I'll have links to everything we talk about in the show notes. But CalmCode has hundreds of video tutorials to remedy skill anxiety, what you call skill anxiety. So maybe you can tell us what skill anxiety is and how you use CalmCode, how you have tools and thoughts at CalmCode that make one's professional life more enjoyable.
Yeah, so it might help to sort of explain how that thing got created. So, at some point in my professional career, I was kind of just looking around at this educational content for data science, um, because it's kind of lucrative to be in this field, right? Like you can charge pretty high rates, sometimes like $1,000 a day per person for like a data science class. Like those are rates that I've seen. But then I started looking at some of the educational content, and I was just getting, a little bit fed up with the poor quality of it. And in particular, the main thing that was a thorn in my eye was um, the Scikit-learn used to have a data set called Load Boston, which had Boston house prices in
Yep.
it.
Oh yeah.
And if you're aware of this data set, there's an obvious flaw with it. And one of the columns in this data set, like try to predict the house price. So some of the things that are in there is, I think, square footage of the house, distance to the Hudson River. Like there's a couple of these features, but one
Mhm.
of them was related to like skin color. I believe the column name was something along the lines of the percentage of blacks in your town, something ridiculous, something like
Wow.
I may be getting a detail wrong, but it was something along those lines, and something where you do look at it and kind of go, "Why is this data set used in every single data science tutorial?" A very good first question is, why is this in scikit-learn in the first place? But moreover, if you're charging $1,000 a day to teach people how to use scikit-learn and how to do machine learning, for God's sakes, you got to talk about like explore the data set first. But this data set is used in like it's less now, of course, but it was used on so many open source projects, and it was in so many O'Reilly books. And this was like one of those like examples where I just kind of got properly frustrated with how this data science education was taking place. Because um, for starters, I do think like if you're teaching scikit-learn, you got to teach the whole hey, it's not calling fit predict. It's not the algorithm that matters. It's also all the stuff around it. And skipping that part, I think, is a serious flaw in education. But it's also the thing that imagine that you're new in this field and you're just trying to learn good practices. There are so many tools to learn, and there's also this feeling of almost you got to know all the tools in order to get the job. Anyway, all of this stuff was making me look at the field and just getting kind of frustrated. And then I kind of figured, well, if I'm this frustrated, then maybe I can get some energy by just making a website that just tries to not be this. Like if I were to design like a better path, if I were starting out right now, what would be like a better learning environment? And I was looking for a word that would like describe it better. And I came to the word calm. I just felt like one of the downsides of the way data science is taught now is a lack of calm, where instead of saying you got to learn this tool, it's a little bit more of here are just some tools to get you through the day, like just some useful tools that will just take some pain away, and maybe just some tricks that will just make your day to day a bit nicer. And that's how I kind of came to the Calm Code name. And that's also how I got to the tag. Like, I can imagine there's a little bit of skill anxiety, like new people trying to get into the field. I kind of want to. I think having a more diverse group of people around is probably good for the field. So, like, that's a theme I want to tackle. I would like these video lessons to kind of start from scratch and to be nice and short and simple. Kind of like that feeling when you're watching a great lightning talk. Like if you can learn something in 5 minutes, that's like a really, kind of a cool feeling. So I try to have like maybe 5 videos that are no longer than 5 minutes, and that can kind of be a course that just introduces you to how you might want to use a tool. And I also just think I try not to make any big promises, but just tools and thoughts that might make your professional life more enjoyable. I think that's also kind of like a nice thing to kind of just strive for. Again,
Mhm.
because it emphasizes this calm thing I'm trying to achieve. I'm not trying to teach you the latest and greatest. I'm just trying to help you get through the day. And hopefully, this website helps inspire you to try out some new tools. Um, but yeah, I should also admit, I recently had a baby, so I've been focusing on that. I've really not done anything with the website for like almost a year at this point, I think.
Mhm.
But there's been good word of mouth, and the website's been getting traction, and it's almost like yeah, it's been getting more and more traffic when I've been doing less and less of it. But it's also because there's like almost 90 courses on the website now. Um, but yeah, that's kind of how this website got created. And I would love to do more of the website. It's just not a priority in my life at the moment, which I also think is like a nice calm attitude. Like the website will
Yeah.
just run even if I don't do anything with it, which is kind of a nice calm experience for me. But that's kind of the origin. Um, and I've been getting like really cool just feedback, like people writing personal emails. That's just really cool to see. So if I've been, it's a service I offer for free. People can donate coffee if they want, but they don't have to. But that's kind of the pitch and the project and what it is about.